Namaskaraha, welcome back to AstroScience. In part 1, we met Arun and Meera uncovering Kanya Rashi's intricate world. Quiet observers, precise communicators, often looking younger. We saw their sharp, shrewd minds and subtle need for acknowledgement. Now in part 2, we dive deeper into Kanya's internal world, exploring their minds, gut connection, emotional landscape and invisible perfectionism. Get ready for an insightful psychological journey blending classical wisdom and modern parallels. So let's look at what goes on inside a Kanya's head. Kanyas have amazing memories for every detail, making their mind sharp and great at spotting mistakes. However, this sharp mind often hides a surprising mix of deep confidence and underlying insecurity. Their strong need for perfection can make them seem undecided as they weigh all possibilities. While brilliant with practical matters, they can be a bit absent-minded in social or emotional situations, constantly comparing and critiquing themselves. Because their minds are so busy, they feel deep emotions like pity or anger inside, even if you don't see it. For example, let's watch Meera and Arun on a Monday morning meeting. When their manager talks about a new project, Meera doesn't just hear him. Her excellent memory quickly brings up old similar projects, recalling every small detail that worked before. She's quietly comparing what's new to what she already knows, sorting it all out in her mind. How is Arun looking at it? If a co-worker suggests something, Arun's quick mind immediately spots problems. Kanyas constantly analyze everything, but this focused thinking has a flip side. If a friend asks Meera to dinner, she might seem a bit confused for a moment. Her brain, brilliant at planning tasks, can sometimes be a bit absent-minded in social situations. Both Arun and Meera are always comparing themselves to others, pushing their sharp minds for perfection. Their constant inner comparisons create what modern psychology calls an inner critic, a voice always finding flaws. For Kanyas, it whispers, "You could have done better," even when everyone else is saying their work is great. When this critique is healthy, it pushes them to do excellent work. But when it's unhealthy, it can lead to self-doubt, anxiety, and even judging others. Kanyas are very hard on themselves, judging themselves as much as others. For them, real peace doesn't just come from others telling them they did well, it comes from deep inside, from feeling that something is done perfectly. This explains why Meera might succeed yet not feel calm. She might draft the perfect email, but that inner critic will compel her to delete and redraft it 5 times. Kanya's way of showing feelings can be quite confusing for others. At a family gathering, Meera and Arun quietly work to make everything perfect, from organizing the kitchen to fixing a wobbly chair. Deep down, they genuinely crave a good job for their efforts, driven by a subtle, self-centered need for specific acknowledgement. They tried to earn appreciation by being exceptionally helpful, subtly hoping for acknowledgement. When their precise contributions went unmentioned, a quiet internal sting hit them both. Meera would smile outwardly but felt disappointment inside. Arun would become more quiet, seeming distant, rather than revealing his hurt. Arun might avoid emotional talks, fearing vulnerability, and saying he was just tired. For Kanyas, emotions feel messy and uncontrollable. They worry about being judged or not getting the exact appreciation they truly want. Now let's talk about something incredibly practical and physical, yet deeply tied to their emotional and mental state: the gut-brain link. Vedic astrology centuries ago inherently understood this. Sage Parashara's texts link Virgo directly to the stomach, intestines. Fast forward to modern science, and we now call the gut our second brain. For Kanyas, this connection is incredibly strong. Their mental stress, their perfectionism, their internal critiques, it all manifests in the gut. This is why Kanyas are often prone to issues like IBS, acidity, and that uncomfortable feeling of nervous bloating. Their stomach often mirrors the tension in their mind. If a Kanya is stressed, their digestion will likely be the first thing to tell them. Beyond the gut, Kanyas have specific health tendencies. They generally enjoy robust health and often live long lives, looking younger than their actual age. They are typically very particular about their health. However, certain body parts are more sensitive for them. Virgo rules the stomach, spleen, intestines, kidneys, lower spine, and the nervous system. This means they can be prone to issues like constipation, indigestion, and nervous system problems. Sometimes they might face minor injuries or accidents, so being cautious, especially while driving, is advised. From an astrological perspective, if planets causing challenges are placed in Virgo, or if Mercury, their ruling planet, is troubled in their birth chart, it can lead to specific diseases like dysentery, typhoid during certain periods. But strong beneficial planets in Virgo mean these body parts are very healthy. Kanya should generally avoid too much of anything and be mindful that high living or constant deep stressful thinking can impact their well-being. From an Ayurvedic perspective, Kanya Rashi often presents with a Vata-Pitta mixed constitution, naturally being seen as cold, nervous and critical. The Vata part governs movement and nerves, bringing that natural anxiety, tendency to overthink and a bit of dryness. The Pitta part adds intensity and perfectionism along with irritation and a sharp critical edge, often leading to inflammatory responses in the digestive system. Given their careful nature, it's no surprise that many Kanyas are drawn to natural healing, nutrition and herbal remedies. Their minds love to analyze cause and effect, which fits perfectly with fields like Ayurveda and homeopathy. They feel a deep connection to nature and its healing plants. For example, Meera might eagerly learn countless home remedies for everyone around her, yet find it hard to consistently follow them for herself. Their analytical mind is fascinated by these earth-based ways of healing. Now let's look at their ruling planet Mercury, Buddha, which really explains how their minds work. Mercury controls how we communicate, how we think, and even our nervous system, just like the wiring inside our brain. This makes Kanyas quick, sharp thinkers, but this very speed can sometimes cause anxiety or make their thoughts get stuck in a loop. Arun might even finish other sentences or jump ahead to ideas, showing his fast, restless mind. Finally, a significant risk for the Kanya Rashi is burnout. They are natural high achievers driven by perfection and a desire to be reliable. Modern studies show this perfectionism can lead to issues like anxiety disorders and relationship tension. They struggle immensely with resting and delegating tasks. They carry all mental load believing only they can do it right. This relentless striving without truly letting go makes them highly susceptible to mental and physical exhaustion. Today we deeply explored the Kanya mind, seeing their thoughts, emotions and how these link to their health. This helps us truly understand the complex nature of Kanya Rashi. In our next part, we will explore Kanya's relationships, their career paths and how they can truly find fulfillment. If you found yourself nodding along today, subscribe to AstroScience and let me know in the comments if you resonate with these Kanya traits. Dhanyavadaha.